Hey guys, I apologize in advance, but today I am recording on my phone just to keep this video consistent because one of the steps is on my iPad. That's what I normally record on, but recording this first part on my phone as well will keep the audio and the video consistent. I apologize for any rain you may hear, and I apologize for any dog snoring you may hear in the background because she's asleep. Anyway, it is currently 8:13 in the morning on May 26th, and today we are going to go ahead and start edit 6. I already have my little sticky note made here, as I usually do. Edit 6 is I call it a Google Translate edit or a Google Translate Read-Aloud, because that's how I used to do it. But nowadays, since I do most of my work on a tablet or my cell phone, I primarily work with my iPad being the Read-Aloud function. So I have this back into Times New Roman from the last edit, and my first step is going to be to copy these chapters and email them over to myself to the email account that is connected to my iPad, so that way I can read them aloud that way. So if I want to stay on track and finish this by Friday, which is currently the plan, I need to edit about 9 chapters today, and I'm going to send myself the first 10 to give myself hopefully a head start on the editing process. I do feel like garbage today. I'm a little under the weather and I'm very, very pale and relatively scary looking compared to usual, so that's also why you're only seeing the back camera here. But despite being a little under the weather, I am hoping that I'll be able to get through edits a-okay and hopefully get at least a chapter in before I go to bed this morning. So over here on the outline feature on Google Docs, which is just by making these into headings, which you can see up here, you just highlight this and then go update heading 2 to match, and then you can highlight anything that looks like this and change it to that heading, and it will just put it here in this little outline. So I'm going to use those to help me find these, send myself the first 10, and then I will be back with you to show you the next step of this editing's process. Alrighty, so I have Letters from Madman open here on the computer, and I've scrolled back up to chapter 1, and then down here on my iPad I have the chapter open in my email. So when I do my read through edits, I just drag down here, and sometimes it takes me a couple tries.
From Courtney Marie to
Hold on.
LFAM Chapter 1. Today at 8. Chapter 1, Monday, February 22nd, 2016. Through the car speakers, a woman talked about a conversation she had overheard in the grocery store.
So on this anyway, you can control if the voice speaks slower, faster. You can skip a line or go back a line, which is what I was doing to skip past up here to just get to this faster. It wouldn't have read my email, it just would have read my name, which you guys already know is Courtney. But it does get to here faster, which I like. You can't do that on Google Translate, obviously. And on Google Translate, you probably wouldn't have your name copied over because it's not an email. But my greatest feature here is that I can just leave this here. So if I went to bed right now when I woke up, that would still be there where I left off. And you can pause and play, which you also can't do on Google Translate. So when I used to do it on Google Translate, I would either have to do it a couple paragraphs at a time, in case I got interrupted by something. I have birds, I have dogs, I have a chinchilla, I have a cat, and then outside of that, I don't live alone 24 hours a day, so there are often things that I'm doing in between working on work. So sometimes I might need to stand up and go do something, or I just need to stand up and walk around, so the pause feature is very, very nice here. So this is how I do this edit. I'm looking for the same type of things that I've been looking for. Grammar errors, dialogue issues, awkward sentence structure, awkward dialogue, anything that just sounds weird overall. That's primarily what I'm focusing on. I still have to write that scene in chapter 32, I think. And I'll be writing that scene before I send the chapter to myself to edit at some point. And hopefully I'll be able to finish that scene this time, and if not, I have 2 more edits after this one before the PDF proofread edit. So I have 3 more attempts at this, counting this edit, to finish that scene. So we'll see how things go. But I'm going to start here for about the next 20 minutes or so before I feed my dog. And then I'll continue editing from then until I go to bed, give or take. But I'll give you guys an update at the end of day 1 here, most likely after midnight, with an update on how many chapters I got through and how things are going. So I'll see you then. Hey guys, it is currently 8:28 in the morning on May 28th, and I do apologize for this being filmed a little bit later than I had intended. I've been in a lot of pain the past couple of days, so focusing on remembering to film something has been difficult. I am recording on my phone, again, so the audio quality throughout this video is consistent, and I do apologize for the rain that you can most likely hear. It's been doing that all morning. This is day 3 of Letters from Madman Edit 6. I have not started editing for day 3 yet, so I am only talking about the first 2 days here. I have edited the first 20 chapters of Letters from Madman. Things have been going very well so far, and I have made 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 41 changes so far, which is what this little tally mark is for. And then on this side, I've been writing down the chapter lengths for each one. It's not because I'm concerned about the chapter length. Sometimes chapters are longer, sometimes they're shorter, sometimes they're right around 1,200, 1,500, which is generally what I aim for. I prefer reading shorter chapters, so I write shorter chapters as well. And for my genre, that works. I don't need like 10,000 word chapters. Today, for day 3 here, the goal is to get through chapters 21 through 30, and then on the final day of editing, the goal is to get through chapters 31 through 35. And hopefully, since I'll have fewer chapters to edit on that final day, I will also be able to finally write the ending to the scene in chapter 32. That's the hope anyway. So if all things go as planned, I will see you tomorrow with an update on the end of this editing process for the 6th edit here. And then we'll go from there. Take a break, move on to edit 7, keep going. So far things are going well for edit 6. I'm happy with the way things are coming along. I'm not having to make a ton of changes. I've fixed a lot in the previous 5 edits, and I feel very confident in those fixes and those changes. Towards the end, during the proofreading section or right beforehand, I'll need to go through again and make sure that the M dashes and N dashes are where they should be, because I know that during the editing process on my tablet, I added a couple in here and there, so those ones aren't replaced yet like they should be. So I still need to fix that at some point again, but I'll do that after I'm done finishing the final scene in chapter 32, whenever that happens. And we'll go from there. But that is all that I have for this very moment. Hopefully the next clip that you see will be the wrap-up for edit 6. Hey guys, it is currently 7:19 in the morning on August 9th. And while editing the Letters from a Madman edit 6 video, which you're watching now, it seems that I never recorded an ending to that video. I don't know why. Or if I did, maybe it got deleted on my iPad before I uploaded it to Google Photos or something. But either way, in order to finish that video, I need to film this, so here we go. I do apologize in advance for any bird noises. One of them was just beating against his cage, because it's morning and they're awake, so, or they're waking up slowly. For edit 6, that one was a read-aloud edit. I added 254 words, bringing my total to 47,951, and I made a total of 61 changes, and I extended a scene in chapter 32. Those are my only notes that I have here on my sticky note. Otherwise, I have this where I was writing down the chapter length and keeping track of my tally marks for changes on this side. And that's all I have for notes on this one. So hopefully that's it. I edited the video like a week ago and I didn't make any notes of what else I needed to talk about, so I hope that's it. But if not, let me know in the comments and I'll do my best to respond. But the next thing that you see in this series should be edit 7, and I will warn you ahead of time since this is the first video that I'm filming since. During this Letters from a Madman process, my iPad suddenly shit out on me, and I wasn't able to film on it, I wasn't able to upload to Google Photos from it, I wasn't able to do anything. So tragically, a lot of the very end of this series didn't get to be filmed. Some of the paperback formatting is missing, the ebook formatting is missing, uploading to KDP, running through the covers, all that stuff, a lot of it doesn't exist because it was after my iPad stopped working. I now have a camera that I saved up for and bought, and I'm able to film again, so I might run through at some point and show you, you know, post-humorously what I did, but I'm not 100% sure. The good news is that I have a series I'm starting publishing next year, so all of those will walk through this beginning to end process as well, and since I have the camera, presumably, all of those processes should be able to be filmed cohesively and together at the time that they're actually being done. But we'll see. But that is all that I have for this video. I'm going to skip my normal outro just because my arms are really done holding this. But I'll see you guys in edit 7. I think that one made it entirely through on the iPad. But if not, I will see you again in edit 7 with another August update. So almost through.